touch my hand. You make it so delicate.
Yo, yo, yo. Happy Monday. What's up, guys? I am back. Back. I didn't stream last week because I played that party in the desert and I needed at least one day of buffer time between playing in the desert and then flying out to Miami for Music Week. I really only had one day to myself. Then I had to just dive right back into things. It's been a busy last week. Very fun, but also very fucking busy. And I didn't get a whole lot of sleep the last 10 days. So I'm very, very thankful and grateful to be back home. I pretty much have, most of this month off. I really only have 2 shows. On the books right now. Anyways. But yeah, thankfully I got some time off. Woo! Alright. We are back in it. Yeah. Hope you guys had a good weekend and a good Monday. Good start to your week. Yeah, I sure did. I was in Miami on Saturday. Got back home yesterday. Just spent a little time with the family yesterday, and then I had work today and hit the gym and all that good stuff. So I'm back in it, back in the routine, back into writing music and doing the stream and label stuff, all of that. All right. Let's look at our tunes here. We have some free downloads. What is Love on Garrett Shared. We got Steamy Mood from the Man's Broshi on Thick Freakness. We got Come and Play on Garrett Shared from myself, Eric Mark, and Siren. We got Crush, another free download from myself on Garrett Shared. We got Rebirth, our spring compilation. Rebirth Volume 4, lots of thick tunes there. Wind and Repeat from myself, Cane Taker, and Siren, also on Garrett Shared. Been having a lot of Garrett Shared releases lately. But that's the last one for a while. Actually, I don't have anything signed to Garrett Shared for a while. But I do have a free download coming out this Sunday, I believe, is what they told me. And then I have another release coming out later this month on a different label, a label that I haven't been on in a while. But needless to say, this tune is quite speedy, which kind of gives it away a little bit. And then we got Formerly Known, which came out on Thick Freakness from The Cult. Really thick tune there. And then we got Fresh Cut Freaks coming out this Friday. Fresh batch of brand new artists on the label. We got No Drought. We got Dot Zip. We got... Damn, I can't even remember everybody. Tagmatic, Erebus, who else? Oh, Say Less. Yeah, and that's all I remember for now. But yeah, it's also like a really dope and diverse compilation. Lots of bass house and speed garage and a little bit of 140 UK bass kind of stuff too. But yeah, super dope. And then this is my only show on the books right now. Actually, no, just kidding. I take that back. We do have an after hours for the label in about 3 weeks. What is that? 3 weeks? That sounds right. 1, 2, yeah. On the 18th, but I don't have a flyer for that yet. What's up, Awashish? But yeah, I'm playing basically a free show because I play like I think I play it at like 10 to 11. So it's free before 11. just RSVP with that link I just threw in the chat. 360 Experience. We got Hex Cougar headlining, Martha, myself, and Baku, as well as like some DJ contest winners. I actually need to put up the updated flyer. I don't have that with me. And yeah, like I said, we have a after hours coming on April the 18th for Thick Freakness. Lots of birthdays on that one, actually. We got Curse of Tongues, Choli, Broshi, and Foxed. All these guys have birthdays in April, except for Fox. Yeah, his birthday just happened on Friday. But all of them are basically celebrating their birthdays on this after hours on the 18th. And then lastly, our sponsor, Eargasm Earplugs. Excuse me. If you need earplugs for shows, definitely go cop some. Use the code Phantom10 for 10% off. Hell yeah. All right, let me make sure I got grabbed everyone from the Google form. It looks like I did get everybody. Okay, sounds good. All right. Yeah, for those of you who've been here before, you guys know the deal. I take these tracks first come, first serve on the Google form, which is where you guys submit your tunes. And you must be present in the chat to get your song reviewed. Hopefully Leonard Ellis is here. If you're not here when I call your name, I will throw you to the back of the line, and you can still get your song reviewed, but you will have to wait until you get your name called again. And for any reason you need to skip the line, you're more than welcome to either use your channel points here, or either use your channel points or send money to the bottom left there, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Awashish, do I have yours? That's a good question. There I sure do. I got it right there. So yeah. Let me read out the queue so you guys know where you're at. We got Leonard Ellis first, Baselack second, Awashish, Dot Zip, Daddy JP, Zero, and Orchid. All right. Let me see if there's anybody else who submitted. No. So we only got 7 submissions for now. Not bad. Maybe this will be a short stream. We shall see. Do we have Leonard Ellis in the chat? He actually DM'd me earlier saying he was going to be here. So if he's not here, maybe he just went to bed early. I don't know. Do. Leonard Ellis going once. Going twice. All right, no Leonard Ellis, unfortunately. Do we have Baselack? Baselack. Alta Music. Let me see. I did get 2 people that had broken links. Simply Cena had a broken link, and Andrew First, or I guess the artist name is Parlay, had a broken link too. Yeah, Simply Cena, your link was broken, so just resubmit with the correct private SoundCloud link, and I'll add you in the queue. Word. All right, do we have Baselack? Baselack in the chat. Baselack in the chat. Awful quiet. Base lack going once. Going twice. All right, no base lack. Awashish. Awashish is here. Yes. Yes. I just saw him a second ago. Just say what's up. Or hello. Or whatever. Present. Yee. Okay. Yee works. Alright. Awashish is up first. Let's do it.
Wide awake, oh, I've been lost and found. Visions of me running as the lights go down. Hear those voices calling, reaching out. I'm about to open new doors now. Oh, adventure of a lifetime is my life. Oh, adventure of a lifetime is my wide awake, oh, I've been lost and found. Visions of me running as the lights go down. Hear those voices calling, reaching out. I'm about to open new doors now. Oh, adventure of a lifetime is my life. Oh, adventure of a lifetime is my
Nice. Yeah, I'm loving this idea so far. You said it's just a whip. But honestly, like the main foundation is super strong. Vocal chords, low end is fantastic. I really digging the sound design, sound selection. Overall, really great processing on that vocal. Really cool stuff so far. I mean, I don't know if I should go for a sustain bass. Like I said, it's incomplete though. I just don't have any idea what to do. I think you pretty much have all the pieces that you need. I like. I don't think it needs much more, honestly. Um, Sorry, one second. I just got a important message. Okay. Any hoops. Okay, let me go to my notes here. Amazing vocal. I like how this starts, basically just dives right into everything. This definitely feels more along the lines of a radio edit. So yeah, just something to consider. You probably want to make a little bit more of an extended mix that makes this a little bit more DJ friendly. But as of right now, this sounds fantastic for a radio edit, for streaming platforms and all that. But the vocal is fantastic. I really love the vocal here. Love the processing on the vocal. Um, Very nice respace in the breakdown sections and the intro and the breakdown section. Really love the portamento on that. The nice little glide you got going on there. It's really fantastic. I don't really hear a ton of portamento being used these days, and it's like it's really nice and refreshing for how simple of a trick it really is. um I love the buildup, even though you portamento, basically the glide, you got some glide going on these notes.
Now, adventure of a lifetime is my life.
Yeah, that little glide, that really nice glide there, really nice portamento, aka glide. What's up? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name, but what's up? Yeah, fantastic glide there. I love the chord progression. It is lovely. I put here, I really love the build-up, even though you said you probably wanted to do more with the build-up. I think it's actually fine as it is. It's very simple but very effective. I don't think you need like any crazy, like snare build-ups or risers or whatever else you were planning on adding. I think it's actually effective as it is. Um, Really dig the drop. Love the bass and the low end. The sub is fantastic here. Very nice swing. I think in the first drop you could probably bring the vocal back in some capacity, either as like little vocal chops or even like little small phrases. I think you kind of did a really cool thing where you basically used the entire vocal phrase on that second drop, because it's definitely a lot bigger. It should be bigger. But the first drop probably could just use like little like hints of the vocal like here and there, just to kind of give us a taste of that hook, and kind of just like add a little bit of ear candy to that first drop. Um, I also think I really love the chords that are still being played in the drop section, but I feel like the chords do need to come up a little bit more in the mix. They feel like they're kind of way in the background, and the sub is kind of taking up a lot more of the real estate in the mix. So I think pushing up the vocals a little bit more. I mean, sorry, not the vocals. I mean the chords, the chord progression in the drop section would be great for the overall mix down. Um, Super solid arrangement. I probably would have made the drops a little bit longer, at least another 8 bars. You said that you were having trouble coming up with new ideas, which is probably part of the reason why the drops are a little short on the shorter side. Um, but I think if that's the case, you can add on additional layers. Very simple trick is just to add on additional drum layers, or um, or bringing back the vocal. The vocal is an awesome layer, and especially in that first drop, it doesn't get used enough. So yeah, you can definitely probably get away with extending that first drop and adding in like a the vocal layer. But yes, I think that's actually a good thing too, because me saying that the drops are too short is basically just me subtly saying that I wanted more, essentially. So I think a lot of the stuff that you're doing here is really great. I really love the synth with the LFO, the little kind of it's really really dope. I really love that as a layer. You could probably utilize that more, I think, in your drop section. Yeah, the little LFO thing is fantastic. It's a really, really nice addition and layer to have in there. Yeah, vocal's fantastic. And then I put here, lastly, you have this mid bass that comes in the second drop that feels out of key and dissonant. It's kind of like this more, I would say, distorted sort of mid bass, kind of outside of the regular sub. And it does feel like it's out of key and a little bit dissonant. Yeah, there's little like bass accents in that wah, 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 wah. They just feel like they're out of key. I think if you probably allow. Yeah. I don't think it's like a terrible sound. I think you could probably still utilize that, but it just sounds out of key. So what's up, Orchid? Yeah, that sound is, it's not, I mean, it's like I said, it's not a bad sound. I really like the kind of distortion on it, and it also is a nice little change from the rest of the soundscape, which is cool. But it is out of key and it does feel a little bit dissonant. So it's just something that you probably just need to adjust that sound so it kind of fits better. What's up, Jay the Don? Yeah, but overall, really, really dope idea, Awashish. I think it's really a really strong melodic idea. The vocal's fantastic. Love the chords. Yeah, absolutely. Here is the submission link. Bingo. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of additional sort of stuff to it, mixing stuff, maybe some additional layers. I would like to see the drops be a little bit longer, because I definitely wanted a little bit more out of this. But yeah, overall, very, very strong idea to start. Good job, Awashish. Hell yeah. All right. Do we get the man's .zip? We got .zip, Daddy JP, 0, Orchid. And let me see if there's any other submissions here. Oh, Simply Cena, gotcha. Let me make sure your link works. Nope, Simply Cena, your link is still broken. Make sure when you're sharing. Here, let me see if I can give you an example, because this happens quite often when people send me broken links. It's because of how you're sending them. So here I have a private SoundCloud guy here. This one's private. So what you're gonna do is hit share, and then go down to private share. Bingo. Just copy this link. Do not copy the URL at the top. That's usually what fucks up. Yeah, usually private SoundCloud, you want to grab this little private share link. Bingo. Okay. Dude, we got .zip in the chat. The man's .zip. Excuse me. .zip in the chat. I got an audio file, bro. audio file where? That's the question. Is it on SoundCloud? Is it on Dropbox? That would be ideal. On your phone. Yes, so you're going to have to upload it to either Dropbox or Box or SoundCloud in order to send it to me. .zip going once. .zip going twice. A work upload link. I don't know what work upload is. What's work upload? Work upload. I guess if it's like a file sharing site, I guess that works. No, well, I mean, you're basically just gonna send me a MP3 or WAV. I mean, I ideally I want a streaming link instead of a download. That's just gonna make things easier for me. So yeah, like I said, Google. If you have to, you can use Google Drive, which is also free. Dropbox, which will be free, or SoundCloud if you have SoundCloud, ideally. Okay, Daddy JP in the chat, since .zip wasn't here. Daddy, dude, I'm loving this picture, man. Bird call. Check this out. So dumb, dude. I love it. Daddy JP is here. All right. Let's do it. Hell yeah. Not the ads. Daddy JP, do you got ads too? What's up, pretty boys? Pretty boy Zaza. Daddy JP, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, super sick tune. I love the sound design here. It's very unique. Very, very solid groove here. And I love this fucking picture, man. It just cracks me up. Just cracks me up seeing this guy here. Yeah, super dope, super dope tune here. Very nice kick. It's super punchy. Really dig the drum sound selection. Especially that cowbell. It's a little silly, but it definitely works. It kind of fits the overall vibe here. It's very kind of fun and whimsical, for sure. Very nice groove on that bass line. I love the low end on that sub. Very solid arrangements here. Really nice flow overall. Yes, BandLab will work. I love this fucking lead. It's so sick. It is lovely. Very unique, really cool sounding. Really loving the phrasing overall on the kind of bassline motif and the sound design. You did a really good job of adding in variations and like little change ups, little fills and stuff, just to keep things interesting so it doesn't feel so like loopy and stuff. Very nice. Really digging the layers you put on top of here as well. Yeah, I like the nice long breakdown there, and then into the second drop with some additional variations and changes. The only thing I would probably add is a nice little hook, just something to kind of give it a little bit more something. And you know what's funny? The first thing I thought about was that Birdman song. You know, it's like, "Brrr, what happened to that boy?" I feel like that would be pretty fun and kind of whimsical to throw in there too, because it's like such a iconic phrase, and I don't think you can get in trouble for copyright for that. It would be kind of fun to put that in there. Let me see if I can grab that real quick.
What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy?
Yeah, you might have to like play around with the timing, because I think the tempo is obviously different, but what happened to that boy? I think that would work, honestly. You might have to play around with the timing and probably the pitch as well. But yeah, I think it would fit the theme, and it would be kind of fun and silly and whimsical too. But yeah, super dope tune. Loving this picture still. Yeah, man, just keep doing what you're doing, Daddy JP. Really, really sick, really cool vibes here. Very groovy. Hell yeah. All right, Jay the Don. I got your tune here. Jay the Don with some trap. Let me add you to the queue. All right, and then who else we got here? Somebody else submitted something. I Hate Zaza submitted something. Okay. All right. All right. Do we got Zero in the chat? Zero. With some rhythm. Yeah, no problem, man. Zero with some rhythm. Zero. Zero going once. Zero going twice. All right, no Zero. All right, do we got Orchid in the chat? Orchid.
in the chat.
Leveling up. Yeah, and I saw in the notes that you've submitted this previously, but this is an updated version. Okay. And then after that, we got Simply Cena, Jay the Don, and I Hate Zaza. Okay. Orchid, let's do it. Oop, sorry. Sick. Yeah, super cool idea here. Really love the low end on this thing. Lots of really cool sound selection overall. And it definitely sounds a lot more cohesive than the last time, because I do distinctly remember last time I was like, yeah, it sounds like almost like two different tracks. Now it definitely sounds like more of a cohesive sort of beat and idea. pulling into the airport. Okay, for sure. We'll be sure to get this wrapped up quickly, ASAP. But yeah, I remember the last time. I think my feedback last time was that it sounds like it sounded like two different ideas, but now it sounds more of like a cohesive beat from start to finish, which is dope. Really sick breakbeats. I love the breakbeats on this. I'm a sucker for breakbeats, and I really love the stretched vocal too. It plays mostly in the intro, but I think it makes more of another appearance in the second break as well. The kick here is super thumpy. I really dig the filtering that's going on, especially in the break sections and the intro. Nice layers. There's some additional kind of drum layers that come in besides the breakbeat, which is also nice. It feels pretty cohesive, and like it should be there. I really dig the melodic sort of arpeggio thing that's going on here. And there's also some really cool like ear candies in the back, little sirens and other kind of like iconic UK garage and UK bass sort of little ear candy stuff that's going on. Somebody mentioned that the mix down is clean. I absolutely agree with that. The mix down here is pretty clean. And I think part of that is also because you just picked like really good elements, to be honest. I did notice that the swing gets a little bit strange though in the drop section. There is just one drum element. I want to say it's like a snare that kind of sits a little bit off beat, just ever so slightly. Let me see if I can kind of lock in on it. I think it's a combination of like a little bit of one of those 808s, as well as like there's like a little slight off snare that's a little bit off rhythm, I think. But yeah, I think if that's, I mean, it's not like a make or break sort of thing. You can kind of mess around with that swing and stuff. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, just something that I noticed for sure. And primarily my main piece of feedback here is that what I really wanted was sort of just like a nice kind of solid melodic idea that kind of ties the whole thing together. This, like I said, I think the first time I mentioned that the first time I heard this, that there was kind of like two opposing ideas. Now it feels a lot more cohesive, but I would have liked one like kind of one singular unifying kind of melodic kind of hooky idea that kind of carries through the entirety of the track, because you do have like some arpeggio stuff going on, those little sirens and things, so there is some like melodic ideas there, but they come in at different points. So yeah, I think having just like one kind of strong melodic chord progression sort of thing would be dope. Even though this, you could also make this a little bit more, if you wanted to, you could keep this kind of more experimental and like atonal, which isn't a bad thing either. But I mean, that's just me wanting something kind of hooky and catchy, which is probably more of a personal and aesthetic choice as opposed to an artistic one. So yeah, at the end of the day, do whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, if it was me, I would like a more stronger kind of melodic hook in here. But yeah, overall, very, very clean mix. Super, super dope sound selection. Good job, Orchid. Hell yeah. Really dope tune. Love the 808s and the breakbeats. All right. Let's keep it going here. Do we have... No prob. Do we have Simply Sina? Fool's Gold. Yep. All right, let's do it.
You played your game, I was blind. Had me fooled, thought you'd be mine. We're so sweet, but cold as ice. Left me in the dark, paid the price. You thought it bad, you thought it safe, but I found my strength by walking away. Not your boy, not your toy. Now I'm taking back the joy. You play me like a fool, but I'm done now. I'm done now. I'm done now. Thought you had me locked, but I'm broke out, broke out, broke out. I'm letting up, watch me fly, watch me fly. You had your time, but it's my time, my time, my time, my time now. You played your part, thought you were slick, but I see through it. Your tricks won't stick. You built your lies, thought they'd hold tight, but now I'm rising up, ready to fight. You thought it bad, but it's safe, but I found my strength. I'm walking away. Not your boy, not your toy. Now I'm taking back the joy. You play me like a fool, but I'm done now. I'm done now. I'm done now. Thought you had me locked, but I broke out, broke out, broke out. I'm letting up, watch me fly, watch me fly. You had your time, but it's my time, my time, my time now. I'm taking back what's mine. Your lies don't hurt, I'm fine. Feel my now you're just a ghost that's flown. You play me like a fool, but I'm done now, done now, done now. Thought you had me locked, but I broke out, broke out, broke out. I'm letting up, watch me fly, watch me fly. You had your time, but it's my time, my time now. Lies, thought they'd hold tight. Your lies, thought they'd hold tight, but now I'm rising up, ready to fight.
Nice. Yeah, super sick. I love the kind of change up from like jump up drum and bass to kind of like more speed house, I guess would be the correct genre term there. But yeah, super sick. I don't think I've seen speed house at that tempo, which is really cool. Overall, very, very dope idea. Melodically, everything works very well. Vocal and chord progression. Really cool sound selection and sound design. So Focus did that on a few tracks. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, I want to say it's like more along the lines of like Speed House. Very sick vocal. I put here maybe a little bit too much low end on the vocal though, so I would probably chop off a little bit more of that low end, because it does get a little bit rumbly. And I think you could also, if you chop off more of that low end on that vocal, you can actually give more space to your mid bass too. So really just more of a kind of mixing idea there, because I wanted the bass to be a little bit more present. You have a nice amount of sub, but I think your mid bass is a little bit lacking. The more rhythmic yeah, I would bump that up. Very nice chord progressions, but also the synths I would kind of bump up in the mix a little bit more. Love the groove in the drop section. It's fantastic. And the overall just drop is very nice. I think there's just overall like a really nice energy to it. But again, yes, bump up the mid bass and those chords you got playing in there. I put here, I would probably use a snare instead of the hi-hat in the build-up section. So you have that to kind of build up, but I would actually opt for the snare instead. So in these little build-up sections.
In the dark, pay the price. You found it back.
Instead of I would go boom, pa, boom, pa, boom, pa. So basically you're getting more of the kick snare. Because it is, after all, it is drum and bass. So the kick and the snare should definitely be the most prominent sounds. And you could always bring, I mean, you do have that hi-hat coming in later, kind of in that more like speed house sort of section. So I think you can reserve that for the speed house section. But I would opt for keeping the snare instead of the hi-hats in the build. Just because it's drum and bass, and you know, you kind of want more of the drums, kick and snare, to be more prominent. Very nice arrangement overall. The drops were a little bit short, but I think you can kind of get away with that in drum and bass for sure. I probably would have wanted a little bit more, like another 8 bars on that first drop, but I mean, that's just me. Yeah, overall, very solid arrangement. Very nice energy, really nice transitions between sections. The rides are also very nice. You have this ride layer in the drop sections, which is really nice. And then in the second drop, you bring in this new kind of synth idea, which is fantastic. It's a really nice ear candy and layer. I would probably put a little bit of reverb on them though. They are a bit dry. Boom, bida boop. They are a little bit dry for my taste. So I think, especially because you have so much like really nice reverb on the vocal, I think you basically just put the same size reverb on those little synths, just to kind of give them a little bit more depth and space. And I love the change up to speed house. That was fantastic. It's probably my favorite part. Even though I have a deep appreciation for drum and bass, I do love very speedy garage and house. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Overall, very dope idea, Simply Cena. I hope you do well in the remix competition. I hope you win. But yeah, either way, I think this is a very nice submission. Best of luck on the competition. Hell yeah. All right. No problem. Do we got Jay the Dawn? Jay the Dawn. Boop. Beep boop boop. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Jay the Dawn, and then I Hate Zaza. I don't know if these other guys showed up, but Leonard Ellis, Basslack, Dot Zip, and Zero. If you guys are here, I can throw you guys back into the queue. But for now, we got Jay the Dawn and I Hate Zaza up next. Hell yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Dude, that's fucking a sick, sick beat, sick instrumental. Just fantastic, start to finish. Yeah, let me go to my notes here. Really dig the piano. The intro was fantastic. Really nice way to start things. Love the snare. It's very poppy, poppy in the way that it kind of just cuts through the mix. Not poppy as in like pop music, but like it's very snappy. Cuts through the mix. It's exactly what you want. Love the strings. I actually love all the instrumentation here. I think everything melodically, it is very, very solid. It's very strong. A very strong melodic idea. The drum beat is fantastic. Really solid rhythm. Really nice swing. Kind of gets you into the flow. Love the Reese. A really strong chord progression here. And then when you get into the main section, it's just fantastic. The mix down is super clean. No issues for me on the mix down. I think everything is exactly where it needs to be. It's in its right place. Really solid transitions between sections. Really nice flow. Really easy to follow along. Love the reverb on the snare too. Has this nice little tail on it, which is fantastic. Gives it some nice depth and space. The low end is fantastic from those 808s, and you got some really cool ear candy with the bells. Yeah, I mean, the reality is this is fantastic. It's a very strong instrumental. All it really needs is like a nice vocalist, some sort of rap or flow, or even kind of like spoken word would be kind of cool too. But yeah, I mean, just having some sort of really strong hooky verse and stuff. Ads. All right. You guys are in ads right now, so I'm gonna go pee real quick. I will be right back, and we got I Hate Zaza. Yo. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, yo, yo. All right. I'm assuming you guys are back from the ads. Are you? Okay, I Hate Zaza is up. Our Pretty Boy Zaza, I Hate Zaza, Tomato Tomato. Let me see if we got any other submissions. Okay, no other submissions. Okay, and then Leonard Ellis, Basslack, Dot Zip, 0, any of you guys show up? Otherwise, I Hate Zaza is the last one of the night, which is fantastic for me because I have to do some other shit before I go to sleep. All right, I Hate Zaza, and I think that's it for the night. So let's dive into this tune.
I got them high noon, no nephew. Let's see what that bag about. Let's see what that check do. Cause it ain't you. Chatting shit from right out your mouth. Going on curfew, that bad tune. Take that shit right out your mouth. Feeling like nephew. We get turned up, you know what it's all about. I got the money in back. I got the money in black. 2 of us men in black. You need to sit back, relax. We turning up, no chat. Your mama pick, she whack. All my shit be gleaming. What you be believing? You ain't really like that. Keep my name up out your mouth. I'll show you what I'm about. Talking green, no Brussels sprouts. You gon' have to help him out. Get that man up off the ground. Pick your friend up off the ground. Pick your friend up off the ground. Pick your friend up off the
Pick your friend up off the ground. What you doing? I'm around. Yo, pussy is going down. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. When these haters run their mouths, you know I ain't stopping now. So pick your friend up off the ground. I got your bitch, she wanna win, she wanna pump me, cause I'm the kid. She wanna go, she wanna fight. Yo, bitch on me every night. They ain't even on mama goes. Yo, bitch wanna bust some more. Yeah, she better shake some more. Yo, bitch really is a hoe. Wish she gonna fuck with me. Yo, bitch, she was for the streets. Pull up like it's Halloween. Smoke so much they call me a fiend. Yo, bitch can't get all of my D. Cartel so loose, she drink ices. All of my nightmares, shit that she crazy. Yo, bitch wanna pull up, you know that she naked. I'm fucking your bitch, she call me a freak. She telling me come all over me. She modeling cause I got a big dick. She said, oh my god, like this. She said it feel good in me. She telling me come over please. She told me my dick was on the spleen. Mask on like it's Halloween.
I got them high noon, no nephew. Let's see what that bag about. Let's see what that check do. Cause it ain't you. Chatting shit from right out your mouth. Going on curfew, that bad tune. Take that shit right out your mouth. Feeling like nephew. We get turned up, you know what it's all about. I got the money in back. I got the money in black. 2 of us men in black. You need to sit back, relax. We turning up, no chat. Your mama pick, she whack. Your mama pick, she whack.
Nice. Yeah, super sick. Lots of energy here. Very clean mix. Love the low end. Vocal processing is very nice. I really like the flow on that vocal. Very nice. Very much so like in the pocket. Kind of follows the rhythm of the whole drum beat and everything. It's funny though because like when I first heard the intro, the chord progression is so sick. I didn't know that I didn't think that it was gonna go into this direction, but I liked that I was surprised by it, because like initially when that chord progression came in the intro, I thought this was gonna be more along the lines of like, oddly enough, it felt like it was gonna be like indie rock or kind of more progressive, like I don't know, experimental kind of rock or something like that. But it kind of dove into this other direction, which is really cool. It definitely caught me off guard, which is sick. The change, it's kind of a wild and abrupt change, but it works. The vocal is sick, both vocals. I think the processing is done very well. Very fat low end. Love the drum beats. Really solid flow and arrangement overall. I'm assuming that the kind of reminds you of binging with Babish. That's hilarious. Thankfully, I'm not fucking bald though. Probably will never be bald. Thankfully, got good hair genes. But I appreciate that. I feel like binging with Babish has like a really nice sort of kind of like radio or announcer type voice. I don't know if I have that. But anyways, I digress. Fantastic beat here. I'm assuming that the hook is this portion right here. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can lock in on it.
What I'm about, talking green, no Brussels sprouts. You gon' have to help him out. Get that you she whack, relax, get in the boat.
What you doing? I'm around. Your pussy is going down. Yeah, you know I'm talking about. When these haters run their mouths, you know I ain't stopping now. So pick your brain up on the ground, ground.
So my assumption is that little part right there is the hook. So my only piece of feedback is I probably would have wanted to hear that more. If that's kind of like your main hook idea, I think it needs to show up in your track, in your arrangement, at least more than once. Because I think I only heard it one time. Yeah, that's pretty much my only piece of feedback. Yeah, usually your hooky kind of chorus verse, usually your hooky kind of chorus, you kind of want to make a reappearance more than one time. So yeah, that's my only piece of feedback. I think everything else here is fantastic. Vocals are done very well. Beat is very clean. Mix down is very clean. Yeah, 10 out of 10 tune here. Oh wow, we got some last minute submissions. I was about to call it quits, but you guys popped in, so I guess we have two more. We got one from Jinzo and one from Stax La Famille. Okay, hold on. Is Stax La Famille, is this already released? Because just FYI, I only give feedback on unreleased music. Yeah, Jinzo, you're good. But yeah, I think Stax, if you want to submit another tune. Oh, it released today. Okay, in that case, I'll just give you like a little reaction or whatever. We can just give it a listen anyways, but no problem. All right, Jinzo first.
My hands are bloody, covered in the one that called you mom. My vision's muddy, I can't feel a thing, I'm out my mind. Baby, I'm crazy, I'm obsessed with you. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's all for you. I follow you from a distance, I cherish your love from afar. That man you were with ended missing, I pierced my blade through his heart. So damn obsessive, I'm so out of line, so protective. Go, it's mine, if you give me the word, then baby I'd kill for you. But this knife with your name on it, with your past love stain on it, only I can be your love. I won't let you take a break from it. Baby, I won't let anyone get between us. Baby, I won't leave your bodies on the pavement. Out there, arguments won't let you find a new replacement. Do I stalk your socials? I do. When I stalk your socials, you're so pretty, even from online. You walk the city, I'll be right behind. Watching, keeping you safe. Stalking, let's call it a day. Walking, your guardian angel is haunting. I wish I was able to watch over your shoulder like it. That's your best move. you fear that this life isn't real?
Nice. Actually, it's fucking fantastic. The reality is, like, I don't get a whole lot of music like this, and I don't actually listen to a whole lot of stuff like this. Although, like, my background is mostly like rock and blues and that kind of stuff. I listen to mostly when I'm not writing, you know, electronic, you know, UK garage and speed house and that kind of shit. My normal listening is more along the lines of like 90s grunge and like 80s metal, 70s, 80s metal. Throw in like a little bit of funk and other stuff. Yeah, I normally don't listen to the same stuff that I write. Regardless. Yeah, so take my feedback with a grain of salt. Just a little preface there. But yeah, overall, just from a, you know, music appreciation standpoint, this is a pretty fucking dope. This is a pretty fucking banging tune. I love the guitar. All the instrumentation is fantastic. Songwriting is fantastic as well. Drums are great. I really love the drums here. Guitars, vocals, lyric writing, songwriting. I think everything just comes together very easily and seamlessly. It has a very nice flow to it, easy to follow along with. Let me go to my notes here. Really sick guitar and instrumentation. Very solid songwriting and lyric writing. Very solid transitions between sections. The vocals and guitars are very, very well balanced in the mix. And really my only piece of feedback here that I have for you is that the low end feels like it's missing from this track. So I do hear the kick, but it feels like it's missing that kind of low end kind of thump. And then I don't hear the bass in this track. So it feels like it's almost missing entirely. We need a bass guitar to kind of lay down the thickness, the sub, the low end. It definitely needs a thick bass on kind of, you know, below 100 hertz. And then that kind of pump from the kick as well. Yeah, so really that's my only piece of feedback, is really just a little mixing thing. Is that we need more low end here. That's really it. I think, you know, again, instrumentation, guitars, vocals, lyric writing, very nice balance between the vocal and the guitar. But really all we're missing here is just some strong low end to kind of set the foundation here. That's really it. I think it's fantastic though. Good job, Jinzo. Hell yeah. Stacks, I'm cool to listen to this soon. Since it just came out today, I'm not going to be a stickler about it. We can give your song a listen regardless. Not a big deal to me. All right, let's listen to this tune. This looks like it's going to be the last one of the night too. So, yeah.
I know death around the corner, feel it getting closer. I was taking drugs, suppressing pain till it started spilling over. Feeling cold, I think I left my heart somewhere in Minnesota. I think I left my heart somewhere that I can't reach it. 2023, my mama died, it broke my heart to pieces. 2020, my dad passed away, 3 days, ain't get no sleeping. I was 10 years old, my brother died, I still ain't grasped the meaning. Walking past the casket, ain't know that's the last time I could see him. I reached out my hand, it's almost cold, could tell us how one beating. Walk back to my seat, they closed his casket, had his mama screaming. 12 years old, that's when they killed Fat Tone, but they ain't let me see him. Ain't sent me to the viewing. You gotta know just by my tone that this shit more than music. God-given gift, I be retarded, I don't fucking use it. Still trying to figure out my life before before I fucking lose her. Girl say I be acting stupid. She said Josie go to college, be a fucking student. COVID fuck my GPA, a mission stick, I'm fucking clueless. But my jewels show me love, so I'm sticking to it. Posted in the field, we robbing deal, living young and ruthless. I spent a long time waiting, I've been losing patience. Body in the trap, but my mind in so many different places. I wear a smile still when I'm down, there's times that I can't fake it. I healed my wounds with dollar signs and drugs that I was taking. I've been thinking about the past and I don't know where the time went. Was posted on the app with all the bro, shit was fine then. Brody wasn't book, ain't know about lawyers and crime shit. My mom was still alive, that single thought got my eyes wet. I was living bad, I got a bad, changed my mindset. Had to take an action instead of asking when I'm next. This music shit my passion, dream about rap with my eyes rest. This money was the mission, things changing, I digress. Don't ask me if I'm stressed, you know how I'm living. Losing sleep, got my eyes red, I just stare at the ceiling. They got Brody on lockdown, he missed both of his children. I told the nigga, hold his head, let's turn this pain into millions. Any nigga look wrong, I show you just how I'm feeling. Pull my pain into these songs, I feel my heart started spilling. Over the money, niggas change, but I'm forever the realest. Focus on motion, I be posted on the block with the dealers. Nigga, don't twist your lips and tell a lie, I see right through the play. Some niggas feel too good for dubs and dimes, but me, I'm on the way. Need every cent that I can take. This world is full of snakes. I was living bad, I'll send 1,000 times, make sure they straight. For my hands inside the guy, can't seem to catch a break. I still hit my knees and pray, you won't see me losing faith. Went through the pain, don't know about you, but me, I ain't the same. But me, I ain't the same. No, no, but me, I ain't the same. I had to make a change, I had to make a way.
Nice. Yeah, dude, sick. I love the overall just like accompaniment. Piano is fantastic. Really nice rhythm on the drum beat. Vocals are pretty fucking cool too. I like the lyric writing here. It's very seamless. Like it's very basically just runs through the entirety of the track. So it's just consistently like just like giving the listener something to kind of like chew on, which is really cool. Initially I was gonna say that I was like, dude, I'm missing like a fat low end 808, but it did eventually come in. I think basically your producer did a good job of kind of basically centering the entirety of the mix mostly on your vocal, which is kind of like just like made the listener hone in on kind of like the story you were telling, which is cool. I think it's actually a really, really great job, kind of artistically and mixing. You know, it's such a subtle and kind of, you know, it's such a simple thing to do, and it works fucking fantastically. It basically kind of forces the listener to kind of just lock in on the vocal, and then you kind of used the your producer, or I guess if you produce the beat, the kick and the 808 come in later as like layers to kind of just like add emphasis to the vocal. But yeah, I mean, I have, you know, especially because this is already released, I don't really have as anything as far as feedback goes. I just think it's a really well written track, and I think the fucking editing on the video is fantastic. I really love the cuts. They're very clean. Yeah, and I kind of get like three sort of main scenes on the music video, but they're kind of it's really seamless how you kind of transitions between the three, which is really cool. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about this. Yeah, good job, Stax. Hell yeah. With that, that's the last one of the night. We had definitely a diverse set of genres today, which is really cool. It was nice to kind of get a little bit of everything. Some like drum and bass, some breaks, some rock, some hip hop. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff here. So yeah, thanks to everybody who joined the stream tonight. Thanks for everybody who submitted tunes. I will be back again next Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. Follow me on the things, all the things. SoundCloud, Spotify, Instagram. Follow my label. Join the Discord. And I will be back again next Monday, same time, same place. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.